Slide! Is that stable? I pray it is. Hey you! Sit up straight. I know you got bad posture. The fact of the matter is, it's raining. And no matter how hard I wish to be Percy Jackson, I cannot control the water falling from the sky. And it is supposed to be raining for the next foreseeable future. But alas, the show must go on, and so we are filming. So today we're going to be talking about things that I wish I did but don't do. The things that could be on this list are many in number, as there are a lot of good habits that I probably should be doing, but am not. I don't want to do them. And that's okay. Number 1, I wish I did yoga. Now, I made an entire video about me trying to do yoga and just failing. It's not pretty. Now, I feel like people who do yoga always have their life together. People who do yoga have an actual email that is their name and not just Llama Lover 2000, which wasn't my email when I was younger. And so, a person who does yoga is what I aspire to be. I want to be doing yoga. It's good for the body, good for the soul, it's calming, it's actually not a waste of time like how I spend most of my time, but it's just not fun. Everything hurts, and downward dog is way harder than it should be. Like, it's literally just like a weird plank. Why are all of my muscles tremoring and quaking while I'm trying to hold this position? It makes me feel so weak, which maybe I am. Maybe that's true, but I choose to not believe that. And yoga forces me to uncover those lies and be real with myself, and I'm all about avoiding my problems. And so yoga, I avoid that too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I fully wish I could bend my body like a pretzel, but I can't. Instead, I'm one of those little straight stick ones that look like toothpicks. I mean, let's be real. Those are way better. They are fire. The little stick pretzels, chef's kiss. Number 2. I fully wish I had good posture. And I see the widows walking their cats, and I'm like, wow, that's my future. What a life. But then I look at their backs, and they're in a nice arching shape. I know that I could prevent that if I had good posture, but instead, my back is in the shape of a croissant most of the time. And I wonder why my shoulders hurt all the time. And then I think back to when I'm sitting in class on Zoom all day, and my spine is in the shape of an English crossbow. And I say, oh yeah, it's my fault. Number 3, I wish that I took care of my nails. I neglect my nails most of the time. And it gets bad though, because I play guitar, and in order to do that effectively, you need to have very short nails. However, I too am a procrastinator on top of all these other things. And so I put off practicing my guitar for 2 weeks at a time, and then I pick it up, and after that 2 weeks has gone by, my nails have grown out to the point of claws, and then I try playing and I mess up and I get frustrated because I can't play like Jimi Hendrix, and I grab the nail clipper and I aggressively trim them down to the skin until they're just nubs. And that is not a healthy cycle. Clipping my nails becomes my anger management. And I think back to all the girls at school who have their acrylics on, right? And they're perfectly trimmed and gorgeous, and they're just tapping on every single surface that they can find. And that makes me think back to my nails and how badly kept they are. And then I think, who cares? And then I think, further, because we don't have anxiety issues. In the future, when I'm gonna get proposed to, and he's gonna want to slip that ring on my finger, and I'm gonna put my hand out, and he's gonna be like, oh, wait, I'll just take that ring back. I don't want that. But since that probably will be happening for another 10 years, that has been decidedly future me's problem. Number 4, I wish I ate peanut butter. Listen, I would love to be the person who likes peanut butter. I feel like I have the personality of a peanut butter lover, but I don't. It's nasty to me, and let me tell you, it gets in the way of a lot of things. You know how much Halloween candy has peanut butter in it? And I know some of you might be thinking, Katie, get over yourself. Like, half of the world is allergic to peanuts. They wish they could even eat them and were in your position. But you know what? That doesn't change the fact that peanut butter is nasty. Now you might be thinking, Katie, why is this a problem? It's not that big a deal. However, let me tell you, it is the biggest deal. So many people are way too protective over their peanut butter. When you tell some people that you don't like peanut butter and you hate it and you think that it's nasty, they act as though you've just shown them your collection of locks of hair of dead relatives. It's ridiculous. Like, you're like, yeah, peanut butter is absolutely gross. And they say, spawn of Satan! It's a very interesting phenomenon, and it should be researched. I don't know. Maybe this is just me. Maybe I'm going crazy, but I swear. Not to mention, so many healthy alternatives use peanut butter as a base for stuff, and I follow so many vegan recipe Instagram accounts, not that I'm vegan, but aspiring to be, pretending to be, wish to be, will never be, and almost every recipe has peanut butter in it. Also Thai food. Thai food has a ridiculous amount of peanut sauce. Okay. Number 5, organizing my files. Now let me tell you this, I have tried many times to organize the endless black hole and connective interwoven tunnels that my files are, but every time it has failed because of the sheer mass of files that I have accumulated, and it will continue to remain that way unless I can pull my act together and actually organize my files. For example, I am very bad at organizing where I put copies of stuff for my videos. I can guarantee you that this text will be saved under pictures and not under text, because it is way easier to save it under pictures than it is text. Am I fully aware of the hassle that this creates? Yes. I live in it every day. I can never access anything. However, will I fix it? You know the answer to that. And the worst part is, for the school computers that we get, all of my files have been saved in the same places since like 5th grade when we started using computers. And so my disorganization of files from 5th grade, when I was 11, has only been compounded by the years of schooling following, where I continued to not organize my files. So there is no knowing ever where anything is. It is a disaster zone. And I'm confident that my life would become a lot easier, especially in the digital age, if I just fixed this one thing, got together this one component of my life, but it'll happen sometime. When I go to college, it'll have to happen, right? Number 6, I wish I ate nuts. Now, it's not that I dislike nuts. It's just that they're only good when enhanced by something like banana bread. When you have like a single almond per slice of banana bread ratio, then it's good. Then I feel like I'm getting the nutritional value that I need from nuts. But they're just not good. They're just crunchy, starchy little boogers, and I don't see the appeal. My doctor has told me that I should eat nuts because they are supposedly good for my brain or whatever and prevent neurodegenerative diseases. Like, that's important. And you know, maybe eating some nuts would help my brain. For example, why do I need to pull out my TI-84 calculator to do 2 plus 4? I don't know. You tell me. And do I know that the answer is 6? Yes, I do. But can I be sure that the answer is 6 until my mighty calculator, my all-knowing calculator that holds all of the answers to my math problems except for the fact that it's way too complicated and I don't know how to use it, so I can never find any of the answers that I actually need and can only do 2 plus 4? Yes, I will only trust that. And perhaps nuts will help me with that. Perhaps actually eating foods that are healthy for my brain, maybe that would help. Maybe not. But, you know, the world may never know, because am I going to start eating nuts? Negatory, Ghost Rider. And I found that the only real way that I'll eat nuts and enjoy them is if I put an unholy amount of salt on there. It's a little bit of a problem, but enough to be ignored. I don't know, maybe I'm nuts.
Why do I make jokes like this?
This is why no one likes you. On an unrelated note, earlier this week I had to go in and get a physical at the doctor's office so that I could register for sports and stuff. I go to the doctor, she's like, yeah, you're all good, you don't have scoliosis, aside from what the croissant of my back might entail. And I was like, oh, super cool, cleared to do sports, woohoo! And then she looked at her papers, as doctors do, all Grey's Anatomy like, and said, oh, you are behind on 2 of your vaccination shots. Let's give you those today. And I was like, I was taken aback. I said, excuse me? What do you mean? I came here for a physical. You're supposed to tap my knees and be done with it, right? Wrong. She said, they're for meningitis. They're important. They prevent you from getting a horrible brain disease. And I was like, what's the deal with everyone in the brain diseases? I'm eating my nuts, okay? Do I need these shots? That didn't stop the nurse, though, from coming in 2 seconds later and being like, and so now my arm is sore and I am just salty about it. That's all I had to say. You know, go ahead and judge me on my lack of nail care. They haven't fallen off yet, so I count that as a win. Thank you. See you in the next one. Bye.